Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, this is going to be a Divine Masculine check-in. What can we see? Thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the Divine Masculine collective? Where are they at today regarding the 1111 portal and I want to say philosophy on life right now? What is it that the Divine Masculines are in the energy of? We're getting the Moon and King of Wands in the reverse. Okay, there's more information that needs to come up from the deep regarding their empowerment. King of Wands for me is a shamanic, fully realized, spiritually embodied, deliberate co-creator with spirit. It's in the reverse here, so there's something lacking that they can't quite put their finger on. The Moon energy is divine feminine energy, and so there's a bit of a connection between the two. I don't want to say disempowerment, but it's not a fully abundant, you know, the Empress is that abundance energy, and I'm getting with this moody, nighttime, moony energy that Divine Masculines might be dreaming of you, Divine Feminine, at this time. So Divine Masculines, if you're dreaming of your Divine Feminine, take the hint. There is something there. You're meant to look at the dreams as indicators of what you are being asked to process, assimilate into your conscious mind right now. There's like a missing piece of the puzzle. What else can we get? Oh, High Priestess in the reverse as well. What else can we get for this energy for the Divine Masculines? Cards keep flying to the same. Yeah, transformation. This death, rebirth energy here. Taking something from the past. I'm going to pull a clarifier on that even now and see what is this for the death, rebirth. The High Priestess came out again in the reverse still. So yeah, there's this feminine intuition that's missing in their life. They can't quite put their finger on something. So you know what I'm getting? That this is the craving of the wanting to know certain things, intuition in their own right. It's like done with uncertainty. I just heard they want to embody a deeper peace with the cosmic representation of the Divine Feminine here and the High Priestess. It's very ethereal. So the Moon and the High Priestess are both Divine Feminine energies, but they just feel quite out of reach for the Divine Masculines here. There's a longing, striving to embody that in their own right. I want to see what that's doing to the Divine Masculines consciously regarding you, Divine Feminine. So, oh, kindness. So we're getting Daughter of Pentacles. This is a page card. So you may have withdrawn your attention, I heard affection, from your Divine Masculine, and it's impressing upon them possibly that they were getting kindness and support and recognition, something from you. Look at this cat. She hasn't come into my videos for a while. She's the spirit animal of claiming your independence. So Divine Masculines are claiming their independence away from needing, wow, external sources of these things. This is beautiful because we've seen such a sexual awakening for the Divine Masculines lately, but now we're seeing a compassionate awakening. When the masculine polarity reaches externally for a feminine energy, sexual gratification outside of oneself, or in this sense, with the Divine Feminine energy showing up, they're starting to realize that you might have provided an example of spiritual gratification, sustenance, nurture, outside of themselves. And there's this desire to embody that. But I feel like they're truly missing your nurturing, your energetic support, Divine Feminine. So this is causing them to become more autonomous in their own ability to anchor this self-soothing beyond just the sexual gratification that we've seen. Now they're moving into this compassionate, deeper sense of knowing and wanting to have a more long-lasting. This is more of the eternal. Sexual energy is more about procreation and other things. It's also super fun, but this energy is deeper, more eternal than that. This is the true supportive, foundational stuff that they are realizing is missing when you're not in their life. Okay, so, or not in their life profoundly. But that's also the benefit of being in some separation, is to find that within, because once they find that within, they can appreciate it in you fully. Okay, let's get Divine Masculine. What are the Divine Masculines thinking and feeling, wishing and doing? What are the biggest challenges? What is the spirit-guided solution to that challenge? Remember, this is all to do with union and coming together with Divine Feminine. Because we're doing twin flame readings, don't you know? And where is the energy going in the near future? I just saw the Emperor and Justice. I'm not going to guess those will come out because of where I saw them in the deck, but here we go. So what are they thinking? Yeah, the self-loving motion, Knight of Cups in the reverse. They need to embody that. And Seven of Wands is this healthy boundaries. So this is rethinking the self-love, exactly those sexual gratification externally, nurture externally. This is, again, pulling it into the internal processing, the embodiment. There's so many messages of embodiment coming through lately, but this is self-love and healthy boundaries. So what constitutes a healthy boundary? The Divine Masculines are paying attention to their preferences. What really supports them? What kinds of things actually feel good and true foundational home-based frequencies? How do I word this? Like, they're coming into their own. They're starting to see their preferences for drama-free, basic, simple grounding. This is very grounding of love. Yesterday, I think it came through in one of the readings that they had to believe that love existed in order to believe in this love. And because they believe that love exists now, they're catching on to what love actually is, not the pursuits that they were striving for, that looking for something that satiates. This grounding of love and simple goodness is the satiating energy that they're finding. How pure. That is really just the too good to be true just came up, but it's not too good to be true. It's only too good to be true if we think it couldn't be that simple. Divine Masculines are realizing it's been right in front of them the whole time, but they've been adding complexities onto it. Appreciate what really matters is what just came. So they are appreciating what really matters, and that is their own peace, basic goodness. This is very essential energy. Oh, I just heard, could it be that simple? Yes, it could be that simple. Okay, what is... Oh, I'm just being reminded that the Page of Pentacles that came out is just genuine kindness, and that is coming back in right now. So it's all the simple things in life. Oh, they're cutting out lofty pursuits. Okay, what on the heart space can we see? Oh, 6 of Wands here. This is the public victory. This is like, usually it's a masculine riding in from battle with a wreath to crown their mate, their bride, to promise to their future partner fidelity. So we have this heartache card in the reverse. This speaks of third party situations. So there is a choice here, a desire for the divine masculines to come forward and maybe publicly announce one day, because it's in the supporting location here. It's like they have heartache because of complex dynamics, things that they have pulled into their lives for consideration in relationship or pursuits that way, and they're seeing that they want to come forward and choose you, divine feminine. It feels like not necessarily a planning energy, but a recognition that they don't want to keep this heart space rawness anymore. They're seeing that to love themselves is to simplify their lives, and that they've been bringing unnecessary emotionality in. I just heard under the guise of looking extraordinary, or under the guise of looking like they are all that, they've got it going on, they're moving and shaking, that kind of a thing. They're realizing that's exhausting and it's not satiating. So they're definitely choosing to have more of a streamlined recognition of this connection. But they are in heartache right now because their eyes are open to what they've been heaping on their own plate. There's that gluttony energy again. But they didn't realize they were being insatiable. They are just coming into the energy of understanding that they haven't needed to do that to themselves or anybody else. They're feeling the heartache all around. I'm going to keep channeling on this one because the 3 of Swords has 3 swords. Each one of those swords is causing pain. The truth in the middle of this is that they could cease to be in this raw drama. One of the swords represents that they are doing this to themselves and it hurts their heart. The other one represents that they are hurting other people in this process, and that also includes you, especially here on the heart space. They see that their decisions have not just hurt them, they have hurt you. They're letting that inconvenient truth be present on the heart space, and they are wanting to change that. They are wanting to be victorious over it. Okay, what is the wish? 3 of Coins and Knight of Pentacles. So 3 of Coins in the reverse, this is my card of the 3D. Pentacles are the material realm, but in the reverse, they are seeing the cause and effect, the energetic cause and effect. They're seeing that, I just heard when there's self-seeking motivation, it doesn't result in something foundational and long-standing. When they put genuine, authentic intentions into motion, they get a foundational energy. So the Knight of Pentacles is laying the foundation. It's the turtle speed. It's the sure-footed. It can look like breadcrumbing because it's so painfully slow, but they're really wishing to lay this foundation, even more so than in the past, even though I do want to say you wouldn't be watching this reading if your person didn't do some of this foundational work with you already. You would never feel the soul connection. You would never feel the potentials here if this foundation hasn't been laid to some degree between the two of you. But this is a accountability manifestation wish here, that they're really wanting to make sure that every brick they put in this new foundation is going to have the right intention. This is like more deliberate contribution into your connection. They want to come across as more sincere. I think for many of the divine masculines I'm picking up on, they know that they have been juggling two energies, whatever that is. It doesn't need to be a person. It can be anything else that has been up for consideration that adds complexity to the twin connection. So whatever that has been, they want to focus on. See how this focuses, consolidates the energy into a foundation here. It's like the things, they're taking notes here. It's like the things that they've learned now are wanting to be applied. The things that have been investigated energetically under the surface through all of the different pursuits are being channeled into application here in the physical. They know more than they are letting on. I'm getting there. Okay, what is the action? King of Swords, laying down the law about this abandonment stuff that they keep acting out, I'm hearing. So there have been intimacy issues and abandonment wounds. I always, when we get the 3 of coins, 3D, and then the 5 of coins, the 5D, back to back like this, especially, it impresses upon me that there is this true understanding of energetics and going from what meets the eye to the more than meets the eye. And that always brings up the original existential crisis or the original separation wound of just simply being incarnate form. Is that how you say it? Incarnated. So divine masculines are understanding that a lot of their triggers, wounding, fear, lack of belief in love is an existential issue. It is a crisis based on whether or not they feel connected to divine source love for support. So we're seeing a coming to God motion here. Over the last couple of days, there's been a real awakening to the need to connect with sustenance from within. They are finding the truth about this acting out the separation wound. So whether that's rejecting true love with you, divine feminine, being insatiable with sexual partners outside of themselves, or looking for nurture, even just relying on your care and nurture without finding that truly within to the degree they would appreciate it so they can actually thank you for it. You know, they are connecting back to source and seeing that it's what's beneath the surface that is the truth of reality. This 5D connection is the ultimate truth of reality. The love is our home base energy. The connection to source, higher self, is the remedy for all of these existential issues. Goodness me, divine masculines, that's quite, I'm hearing it's a proclamation that they've brought forward in themselves, that they've become a true believer that there is actually more than meets the eye, and that's where it's at. Okay. I see such incredible visions in my mind, and I'm literally seeing, like, how do I even express this? I'm seeing a 3D concrete masculine flickering in and out like a hologram, and materializing into a ascended, more colorful, more alive holographic version into the 5D, and now them looking back at their 3D expression and feeling like it's so three-dimensional, and now they've been augmented by the spiritual splendor, like aura color and shifting color and aliveness and emotion, and it's so much more real. It's got a broader spectrum of understanding. It's just more alive. It's like fluid and moving and more than this image, this soulless image of their former self. Wow. So it's like I'm seeing this transition energy into a augmented reality, a supernatural alignment. Oh my goodness. What is the biggest challenge right now? Existential crisis. So this is dark night of the soul, but it's also, okay, 10 of Swords is when we think ourselves really, really, really as far away from the divine understanding and connection as we can, which implies we're contrasting the connection with Source. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the dualistic pursuit. We have the Hierophant here. That's how I know we're talking about the existential crisis, the illusion of being separated from the divine. It's being navigated back towards, because in this dark night of the soul, the Hierophant shows up. And so when all things are forsaken externally, there is this internal coming to God energy. And so I'm feeling like the divine masculines are at the doorway of this. I'm literally seeing now in my mind's eye a divine masculine with tears of simple recognition, revelation, that what they've been looking for has been within the whole time. This is like a big deal. It's a new layer of this. If you're divine masculine, or if you are a divine masculine that has had these moments of ecstatic recognition in the past, it feels like the divine masculine swung as far out into worldly pursuits as they possibly could, and now there's this yo-yo or elastic band moment where they're really, really, really far away, and even there they see the importance of spirit. And it's literally like a snapping them out of it moment, but then but what about my life and the status of my life right now? It's like this pause moment. Okay, what is the spirit guided solution? Oh, heck yeah. We literally get this 5 of Coins card in the reverse. This is the card of separation, and now it's being reversed. 2 of Swords is the Crossroads. Okay, these readings are so coherent. Literally, look at that. This is a head over heart. There's so much emotionality that could be tuned into here, but this is incredibly analytical, incredibly thought-provoking. It's like very, I guess when we negate the heart to the umpth degree, we get this precision of thought, this profound analytical recognition. So the 5D, again, that's the higher energetic nudge here with the King of Swords. That is the profound knowledge of separation energy. Then we have this recognition in the challenge space that the divine masculines have never been further from God. They hardly recognize themselves in some way, I'm getting here. And then the invitation is this crossroads, choosing love versus fear. The loving choice brings them out of separation in this connection, out of separation within their core with the divine, out of separation in that they are presented with the opportunity to actually believe in true love here. This is flooring me a little bit, but not really, because it's the only way. It is the way, you know, to choose love over fear and lay down that burden. Okay, where is this going? The Emperor in the reverse and the Hanged Man, they have had an epiphany to let go of control issues. The Emperor can be, when it comes up in the reverse, I always feel like it implies the darker side of the Emperor energy that has been legalistic and trying to manufacture a certain result. They've had an epiphany that, look at that, they need to hang loose. They need to chill out. Divine masculines are realizing that they have become too rigid, not in the beneficial way, not in the sexy way. They have possibly been making things happen in their lives that, oh, I'm blushing. Sorry. Yeah, divine masculines, wink, wink. Okay, so they've been making things too rigid. They've been conforming to something that has been really far from the truth of love. And they need to darn well chill out and have more fun. I just heard they need to see you as more fun. They haven't thought wholesome fun was desirable, but wholesome fun is pure fun, divine masculines. And like, hold on to your socks. If you decide to actually have fun with your feminine, it will be guilt-free. You won't have that hungover, tainted feeling to your fun if you decide to team up with your divine feminine, I'm feeling led to say, because it will be so high vibing, it will just keep becoming more and more fun. It won't be, you won't get a hangover from the kind of fun. Hanged Man, hangover. Oh, it just doesn't stop. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's see what kind of an energy we can get for the union space coming up. This is like another one of those freight train moments where the lives of the divine masculines have been going full steam ahead, and in order to stop at bringing it back into wholesome experience that truly supports and energizes, they're having to put the brakes on. So I'm still getting that this is going to be a process until the solstice. I keep seeing this 1221 energy. I keep seeing the numbers 1221 and being reminded that the divine masculines are going into this deep dive of reconnection to source right now. Okay, what else can we see here for the direction that the mystical shaman, I don't know these cards well enough. I don't think I've got this one before. So let's see, 38. This is the symbol of the myth maker and storyteller who is neither made of nor defined by the story. Instead, he observes it, evolves through it, perceives all aspects of it. So this is the energy that the divine masculines are incubating in until the solstice, I'm getting. Into the storytelling, the myth, the blending, the alchemy of what they are coming into the awareness of, this spiritual alchemy that's being anchored into the 3D, into their cellular structure through this shamanic journey work that they're doing in their own right to include spirit back into their choices and lifestyle and relationships and viewpoints, their paradigms. In doing so, the mystical shaman represents the ability to dream a new story and new myth into being. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders, and sings the world into being. So the histories and experiences and incarnated pursuits are now a cloak that the divine masculines are wearing for adornment. Rather than something that they've ego aligned with as their core essence, it now becomes something external as they go deep into connection with the essence of source. All of the things that they were trying to force to be included internally have now been set in their rightful position. As earth experiences, I'm hearing, wow, that is super deep. He dances between worlds, wearing the cloak of the world loosely around his shoulders. It's not a binding thing anymore. It's not incessant or obsessive, manic. He reminds us to be in the world and travel through it, but not to be defined by it or become too attached to the experience. You just can't make it up, this reading. This is the symbol of true alchemy. For all elements of life have a spiritual aspect and a material one. When we remember this, all manner of miracles and manifestations are now possible. The invitation. When the mystical shaman appears, you're invited to consider the ability to live without attachment. Oh my gosh. You are called to create and dream your life, to act on inspiration and divine impulse without fixating on a known story of success or achievement. Can you impartially observe the stories you tell yourself and others? What if you could become a mystery to yourself? Who would you become if you stopped telling the tales that have defined you up until now? My cheeks are gonna start hurting from smiling so much. You do not have to live in a story that has roots in the past. What if there were no need to explain you to anyone, not even to yourself? The way to your most extraordinary life is to become a blank slate and allow the form of your dreams and desires to show up as it will. This is a sign of manifesting a life beyond your wildest dreams. Didn't I say the alchemy and extraordinary life earlier in this reading? You just can't make it up. I love tarot and oracle so much. I'm so delighted by this reading, and may it bless all that watch this, because it's blessing me to see that this is actually transpiring, and that this kind of embodiment and alignment with love is possible in the world. This is absolutely making my heart glow. I'm so in awe. You know, no matter how much people have been dreamers, we are seeing this realized now.